love shooting gun back in. Love chasing Jedi, don't you grab it. This video is brought to you by T-Blocks. Enjoy the content now, but stay for the shilling later.
Well, Poe, he really wants to, stick it to the First Order, and he wants to do it like his way, and he thinks his way is the best way.
And here's another problem. Like, we spent a lot of time with this new Rose character, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what makes her distinct and special?
She's, an engineer, good with computery things. I mean, she had a sister apparently that shared like the necklace with her, and I mean, she doesn't have to be like super special, really. I just, it's kind of nice to show off, a Star Wars character that isn't so special, but you can sort of grow a little bit attached to.
I know, but like I'm just sort of thinking, like, sure, okay, she's like the common person, but like, let's do the red letter media test. Like, okay. Don't describe her profession, describe her personality. What's Rose Tika?
She's compassionate. She's what the hell? She's innocent. She has a sense of innocence to her. Like,
she believes in social justice.
Gullible.
How is she gullible?
When Finn first lied to her about not Finn was trying to deceive her that he wasn't going to use the escape pod to escape from.
Yeah, but like that trait is never like brought up again.
Well, she was starstruck, right? And I mean, she believed in the DJ guy too. She believed in the mission that Finn and her were going on. Like, she believed like that was going to work out. Like, I think that in a sense is pretty gullible.
Well, here's a question though. What makes you more excited? The idea of like, Han, Luke, and Leia breaking out of the Death Star, or Finn, Rose, and Poe breaking out of the Death Star?
Finn, Rey, and
Rose.
Finn, Rey, and Rose breaking out of Death Star. I mean, I'll be honest, like, these characters are, I mean, I've seen Han, Luke, and Leia break out of Death Star like thousands of times when I watched New Hope. Like, I've seen the stories like a billion times. They were great. They were great when I first saw them. I need something a bit different though, and I think, like,
I agree with that. That like you need
enough characters.
You need something different for Star Wars.
They're compelling enough for me to be interested. Like, as opposed to the prequels, like, there weren't really any interesting characters whatsoever. Like, just like, at least with someone like Rose and Finn and Rey, like, I'm somewhat interested in their stories somewhat. Like, I wasn't really interested in Anakin's story. I wasn't really interested in Padme's story that much. I wasn't interested in Obi-Wan's story.
But you are invested in these new characters, even if they're like,
if they're like side basic bitches or something, basic bitch characters. Like, I'm more interested in these characters than, all the prequel characters.
I will give you that. They are better than the prequel characters, but I still feel like they're not quite as interesting as the original trilogy characters.
No, you're right. And I feel
like there's this pulp sensibility that they're kind of missing.
I don't think they have to be. I don't think they really have to be, because it's just like, you'll see like Kylo Ren wanting to be like, the perfect successor to Darth Vader. Like, he's never gonna be that. Like,
that he's just like he looks like a frustrated, angry child.
Yeah, yeah, and I think Kylo Ren's like the strongest out of all of the new characters.
But that's just kind of like what this whole series is like kind of shaping out to be. It's like these characters can't possibly match up to like, what the old Star Wars is. It has to create something new and different. And it's probably not even going to be as good as the original trilogy, but it doesn't have to be. It just, they just have to be, compelling in some way. I don't think it needs to be as good or better. I just think, it can be worse. It's fine if it's worse. As long as the characters are somewhat interesting.
As long as they're somewhat engaging.
Yeah, because it's like almost impossible expectations to like uphold for these new characters somewhat, because they're just brand new, and we only really gave a shit about Han, Luke, and Leia for so long, and just to have these assholes like show up in the Star Wars universe, like of course we're not going to like them right away, but some of their stories are compelling and it's nice.
But like, do you think it's like so you're definitely on the side of like, that like you like the formula? Was Bowman saying that he like didn't like the formula shake up, or like did he like the fact that like this one played with the expectations on that Facebook thread?
Man, you go ahead and friend Bowman on Facebook.
I don't even think I can find him.
You can't find him, Bowman?
Yeah, like he is like this setting where like you can't. He's like invisible to me.
Really? Oh, I guess he blocked you a long time ago or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, send him a text or something.
Nah, I'm not gonna bug him. I'm not gonna like hey, Facebook invite me so I can see your Star Wars shit. But like,
I'll just ask him if he could, be his Facebook friend again. Doesn't have to be saying you want to see a stupid Star Wars shit. Come on. But there has to be other excuses why you want to be Facebook friends with them, right?
I don't know. I'm like the kind of person where like I like getting invites as opposed to like giving them out to people or receiving them,
or actively asking for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
What was I gonna say? But overall, though, you enjoyed. You were happy with Last Jedi.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But you can see why so many people have like had contentious opinions about it, controversial opinions about it.
It's funny to me. It's like how heated this is. It's almost as heated as like the presidential elections. It's like
Rian Johnson was brought in to like break everything down, and he did do that. He just kind of like J.J. Abrams set up like a pretty typical Star Wars story, and then Rian Johnson was like, nah, I'm throwing a wrench and pooping on everything you did.
Did you hear that Disney plans to make more Star Wars movies with him?
Yeah, of course. They want to do a whole new trilogy with him.
Because of the pre-screening alone, they decided just to make, more movies with him. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Well,
just from the pre-screening.
It's funny. Originally, Episode 9 was supposed to be directed by the guy who did Jurassic World, Colin Trevorrow.
Uh-huh.
But then it was decided fairly late that, they realized what everyone already knew, that he was a terrible filmmaker, and then they booted him out.
Ouch. That's pretty...
Because, have you ever seen Looper?
No, I don't think I have.
Looper's a great movie. It's like big, medium-budget sci-fi movie he did. I'd recommend you go track it down.
Samuel L. Jackson?
No, it's with Bruce Willis and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. It's about the time-traveling hitman.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that.
It's really good. I'd recommend it. It's his own original written and directed movie, and it's half the reason why he got Star Wars. It's that good. Basically, the concept is that, like, you know, if you're a looper, you're a hitman who kills people from the future for the mob, who send them back in time.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, what happens is once your lifespan is done, they send you to kill yourself in the future to close your loop.
What?
Yeah. And then with that, they send you your final payment, which is like a bunch of gold bars. Which is like the whole idea is like you kill off your future, but you trade it so you can have a temporary success in the modern day.
Oh my! You're a hitman to kill yourself.
That's what a looper does in the end. I mean, you kill just other random people that the mob sends you back, but eventually, once your loop is closed, you kill yourself. And the whole movie is like,
what does it mean when your loop is closed?
That you kill yourself. You close your timeline.
But why? Why would they send a hit for you to close your own loop?
Just to like hide your presence, so you can't talk. There's like a way to like ensure that like the system stays closed. It's like the perfect way for eliminating bodies from the mob. And basically, the premise of the movie is that like when Joseph Gordon-Levitt faces himself in the future, who's Bruce Willis escapes. So then it's like Joseph Gordon-Levitt trying to like track down his older self, while his older self is trying to like kill someone to prevent a loved one he has from being killed.
Oh, wow. That's kind of crazy story.
Yeah, it's a great movie. You should track it down on Netflix if it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
So Rian Johnson's definitely a top tier filmmaker. And you definitely see that when, like, the moments when, like, Luke walks out to face the Empire. That shit was, like, top tier film stuff. And even when they do the Suicide Run, that's a great film moment.
You mean the hyperdrive into the Star Destroyer?
Yeah.
That was pretty cool, actually, yeah.
It's like this incredibly, oh shit moment.
Yeah. Oh, man. It's great that so many people are talking about Star Wars, so it's like, again, this is like great.
You gonna go buy yourself a Porg plush?
I was like taking cell phone pictures with the Porg stickers. Do you know those like stickers? Like
yeah.
Camera. Let me see if I can show you. I don't know. I don't know if you can see that.
The AR stickers.
Yeah, I put a little Porg on the ground there.
People love those Porgs. I'm curious, what other Bowman arguments did he? I'm curious if he liked the good moments from the movie.
I thought originally he liked the way Luke was portrayed, but he may turn to the dark side again.
I see the Porg.
Yeah.
But did you like? Well, of course you like the whole Rey and Kylo stuff, right?
Yes, yeah, I love that. I thought that was really well done.
And overall, the positives were able to outweigh, your negatives of like, the stupider scenes. Like, were you a fan of Canto Bite?
Initially, like when they first got on the planet, yeah, but I think they did drag it on too much. Like, it dragged on way too much. Like the whole
also, did you like the
free the animals thing?
BB-8 like kills stormtroopers with casino coins and murders stormtroopers with an ATST.
Put them unconscious. I think BB-8 was kind of non-existent for me in this movie. I didn't really care about BB-8. I didn't want him to be like the replacement R2-D2. I don't like BB-8 at all.
Did you like evil BB-8?
What was evil BB-8?
It's like the black evil. It's like the black BB-8 that discovers them on the ship.
That's so minor. Why would you point that out? Like it just felt like it was really dumb.
Because they had like BB-8, but he was red and black, and he was evil.
Just it felt dumb. I didn't like BB-8 at all in this movie, but it didn't detract me from enjoying the movie.
What about the big confrontation between Finn and Captain Phasma? I hate Captain Phasma.
Okay, yeah, that felt really unnecessary. See, this is one of my problems with the movie. It was like there was like big finale, like epic climactic battle, like after a big epic climactic battle. You know, their encounter with Snoke, and then Finn's battle with Captain Phasma, which felt really forced and unnecessary, because like Finn's story wasn't really like well developed in this one. I think Captain Phasma probably could have been in like the third movie. Captain Phasma fight probably could have been in the third movie or some bullshit like that. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. I just was annoyed. Like, oh my god, yeah, we got Gwendolyn Christie, and we got a woman in Star Wars, and she's this Boba Fett Chrome Stormtrooper. It's so cool. And then, she's another
Who's
character.
The actress? Who's the actress?
Gwendolyn Christie. She's Brienne of Tarth from Game of Thrones. Remember the big sword woman, Brienne of Tarth?
Yeah. I'm just trying to see what she looks like in real life.
Big blonde woman?
And she's Captain Phasma in this one?
Yep. You didn't know that?
I did not know that.
It was a big...
I thought this whole time I thought Captain Phasma was voiced by is someone completely different, right? Than her?
No, Captain Phasma's her. Oh, you never see her face.
You see like her eye.
Yeah, that's the only scene you ever get to see what she looks like. But yeah, it's Brienne of Tarth under that.
Yeah. Well, I think they could have built up that confrontation way better between Finn and Captain Phasma. Like, I could see that as like a somewhat legit side story, but I mean, it was pretty much non-existent, and it didn't deserve like the treatment it got in this movie. Like,
yeah.
That showdown didn't need to happen. Also, yeah, I would take away that showdown from the movie, and then maybe like not have the casino thing drag on for so long, and it's a pretty satisfying movie.
It was definitely a very freaking long movie.
Oh yeah, and I had to go to the bathroom like towards the end of it. It's like, God, I was like hoping after each climactic battle, like, oh please let this be over so I could pee. But
did you and what do you think of the Hoth 2.0 with the speeders and the red crystals?
Yeah, that was okay. I mean, I didn't mind it too much. That it was like supposedly a Hoth ripoff. You know, I see all the iconic imagery being reflected with like the AT-ATs like trying to destroy the Hoth Echo base. Like it's the same thing. Blah blah blah. Whatever. But
what do you think about the like, Rose's moment where it's like, we need to save the things we love.
Oh, okay, that was super fucking lame. That I that felt really weird. And then like Rose kissing Finn at the end, like I didn't feel any romantic chemistry between those two at all. It's like that was just like it felt really forced and really dumb. Like Finn's sacrifice. I think Finn like sacrificing himself in the first place, like kind of felt forced. Like because he didn't have any like super hardcore motivations to like wanna kill himself for the sake of the rebellion. Like there's nothing built up for himself like wanting to kill himself for the sake of rebellion to destroy the First Order, but like there should be more stuff to develop Finn if he's going to make that kind of sacrifice.
That kind of sacrifice versus being just kind of dragged along and like, yeah, I like the Resistance, guys.
Yeah, and then Rose, like, in a way, that's really a good thing that Rose stopped Finn from killing himself because, like, it felt like very forced to begin with, in my opinion.
What felt forced?
Like Finn trying to sacrifice himself to destroy the laser beam thing from the First Order.
But it was built up like, but it was built up in the sense, how was it built up? It was built up in the sense that, like, it's so climactic. It's a hopeless situation, and he's
someone
like,
had to do something.
Someone had to do something.
I mean, I guess in terms of that, but like from a character perspective, it actually felt like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't think about it like that because, like, I think of it like in terms of developing Finn's character. But maybe I shouldn't have thought of it like that. Just like think of it like in the situation that he's in right now. Like in that moment, someone has to do something, and Finn, just sees the opportunity, and he goes for it. It doesn't matter if it's like super thematic with like the rest of his story arc or something. It's just like the situation called for it. That he had to do, that someone had to do something, right?
Yeah. He was like the guy who was going to step up to it.
Yeah. And then Rose was like, no.
Nope. Yeah, because we got to save what we love.
Yeah. That was odd. That was odd. I'll give it that. I'm not too crazy about it. I'm not too bothered by it, but it was odd.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Oh my god, I kind of want to just like have Bowman in like a 4-way call with you, me, Scott, and Bowman about Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
That would be a really interesting conversation. I would love to get Bowman for like a vlog video. I'm not gonna like force that upon him though. I feel like he'd like fight it with every bone of his fiber, but. Yeah, nothing would make me happier. Bowman would lead to some great engaging content.
Yeah. Oh man, it might actually force me to try and like research things for like a Star Wars debate.
Because you'd be like, pro Force Awakens and pro.
Well, I wouldn't be like completely against it, so I guess I would be kind of pro. I'm more pro than I am against it.
And Bowman's like decidedly against. I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle. Like I think like I think the Last Jedi has some great scenes, but it also has a lot of stupid shit.
Mhm.
Like, I remember when I was seeing it in theaters, like, the guy I was with next to me, who, like, a friend who came to see it, was like, when Poe does the, the "Can you hear me" joke.
What? The witch?
You remember the scene where he's on the comm phone? He's like, "Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me?"
To who?
To like the general.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The admiral dude.
The guy who was sitting next to me, he was like, "Are we really doing this? Are we really doing this in a Star Wars movie?"
Yeah. Whatever. That I can forgive that. That's not the biggest deal in the world. It's kind of like you wouldn't see that kind of humor in Star Wars generally at all.
Yeah, usually not. So those kind of moments felt a little forced, and but the moments that feel great and big feel amazing, like the freaking Luke facing down the First Order, and then he's like this incredible myth, and the idea that he's a projection and he like lets the Resistance get out. Well, it does make the Resistance feel pretty pathetic when it's like all of what's left of them can fit on the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, I was thinking that too when the movie ended. That was funny.
And they're like, yeah, but we have hope now, and that's what's important, is that we've got hope to little slave children across the galaxy.
Yeah, I don't know what good that's going to do them at all. Like, how are they going to wrap up this movie? Like, this is obviously going to be a problem.
Well, you know who's doing the last one, right?
Oh, who's doing the last one?
J.J. Abrams is returning.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. J.J. lost Abrams?
Yep.
Oh, God.
Well, you know he did the first one, right?
I know. I'm not the biggest fan of the first one.
So who knows? Maybe there'll be another fucking star killer weapon that's like the size of a sun.
Why? I hate J.J. Abrams because the way he handled Lost. It's like fucking mystery after mystery for nothing. All for, super stupid, lame bullcrap.
Yeah.
Like mystery after mystery, just like to keep your interest, just for like nothing.
Well, it'll be interesting because there's definitely a lot of mystery box bullshit in The Force Awakens. It's stuff that Rian Johnson just says like is pointless. Rey's parents doesn't matter. Who is Emperor Snoke doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay.
So you should go streaming.
Yeah. I gotta probably play the game with Tom Bodie or something.
Well, today is Friday. Aren't you going to do some drawing?
Yeah. After I play with Tom, though, because, it's going according with Tom's schedule right now, and I'm starting a later stream than I would usually.
Okay, but well, remember, don't forget to draw. Oh yeah, I also have been recording for the past half an hour, so I'm gonna like upload this as like a podcast.
Oh really?
I'm just gonna title it "Some Random Rantings and Ravings of Star Wars: The Last Jedi."
Okay. Fine. Go ahead, do that.
You know me, I always like to milk out content. Do you like clothes but hate shopping? Then T-Blocks is the subscription service for you. But I know what you're thinking. But Lobster, how is that any different than Loot Crate or the other subscription services? Well, T-Block sends you t-shirts, which is clothing, which is actually useful, unlike the useless swag junk that Loot Crate keeps peddling on gullible schmucks. And this isn't just knockoff brand crap. T-Blocks hooks you up with licensed shirts for all the stuff you love, because you need clothes. How else are you going to keep your puny human man flesh protected from the elements? T-shirts are useful for any occasion. Wear them, give them to friends, give them to enemies, knit them together, make a quilt. T-shirts are life. And you know the best part? It'll only cost you $6.99. That's right, you can get 12 shirts sent to you for once a month for only $6.99. And you know what? If ultra cheap licensed goods are too basic for you, then there's also the Community T-Block set, which features original designs from the best up-and-coming artists, so you can keep that hipster street cred. But I'm here to save you even more money! Use the code LOBSTERTBX at checkout and you'll save 10% on any order. Be a t-shirt wearing God amongst mortals. Use the power of the most expensive seafood to get you the cheapest t-shirts now!